Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. Today I'm checking out, or we are checking out Martin's Harley Benton CLA-28V, which is a triple O sized acoustic guitar. A couple of months ago we made a body review video about Martin's Eric Clapton Signature acoustic made by Martin Guitars, and yeah, this one is pretty similar in construction and should have more or less similar specs, but it's not a Martin. As you can see, the HB on the headstock stands for Harley Benton. It's from their custom line, which is the more premium line of guitars.
So this guitar was bought by me for having a guitar outdoor. Obviously with my Martin I will not use that one on a campfire, or just take it with me wherever I can ding it. You can see I already managed to get...
It's relict.
Get a few dings in there because I'll take it with me for hiking,
on holidays.
And it gets used and it can get can take a hit, and it did take a hit also already a few times. You mentioned it already. It has very similar specs to my Martin. So the reason was I wanted a guitar that played very similar to my Martin, that I'm playing more often. And
yeah, it also has this V-shaped neck.
I cannot tell much difference in the shape of the neck.
Okay.
So maybe if I have it right next to each other, the Martin might be a little bit thicker, but that's a couple of days from each other. I can't really tell much of a difference from the neck shape. So it really feels at home for me.
I hope you can see it on the video. The neck is glossy. The rest of the body is satin, so there's no gloss other than on the neck, on the back side.
Other than that, it has, this is the old version.
Yep.
I don't know which year I've bought that one. It's a couple of years ago.
It doesn't say.
It was pretty much about the same time I bought my Martin. So I think 2017, 2016, something.
Okay,
this line.
They still have a CLA-28, but
with different specs. Back then, the whole thing with Citis started, where Rosewood got on the Citis list.
And this one has a rosewood fretboard.
It not only has rosewood fretboard, it has rosewood side and back.
Okay.
Obviously not of the same grade as the Martin. It also has a Sitka spruce top, just like the Martin. Also, the grain is not as close as the Martin one. That's an indicator for that the wood has grown faster.
Okay.
So the narrower the grain is, the slower the tree was growing.
Okay.
And that's something luthiers prefer.
Okay.
So it's an indicator for quality of the wood. Yeah, that's what they told me when I picked up my Martin.
Ah, all right. Yeah, they would know.
The neck is mahogany.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not rosewood, but it has a rosewood fingerboard, and here we have a difference to the Martin. The Martin has an ebony fingerboard.
Okay. But it's nice looking. It's nice and dark.
Yeah.
Looks good.
And yeah, the new one has, instead of the rosewood, has the walnut.
Sides
and back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm not quite sure about the neck and the fretboard on that one.
Okay. Might still be mahogany.
Yeah, might still be mahogany.
We can put a link in the description to check it out. It costs a little bit more, the newer version, but it has a preamp and a pickup built in, right?
Yeah, it has a piezo pickup in it.
Yeah.
And
Bridge.
there was also a version with the piezo back then when I bought that one.
Yeah.
But I did not want to have the pickup in it.
You wanted it basically with similar specs than your Martin.
Exactly, and for the things I was taking it, where I would take this guitar, I don't have any way to plug it in anyways, so
No
why
PA or acoustic amp, so
why take more weight with me when I'm going hiking with this thing? So
makes sense.
it
It also has these nice open gear tuners, which I think look stunning. I really like this look, and they look pretty much identical. Also the buttons here look pretty much
fairly
the same.
similar.
If you don't compare it side by side, just from thinking back a couple of weeks and months ago when I last played the Martin, it looks very similar. That's cool.
They also hold the tune very well.
Okay.
So I have very little problems with tuning stability on this guitar.
I can attest that, because when Martin was carrying it over here, we have about 0 degrees Celsius at the moment, so it was pretty cold outside, but when he came in, it was pretty much in tune.
Yeah.
So
that's great. Now after probably half an hour,
still
it's almost the same. It got a little bit sharp at the time. So it's not moving much. Not only the tuners, also the neck and everything. I've noticed this also with hiking. I've took it with me for hiking on a mountain where I was 2 hours or more in the snow with the guitar fully exposed. Came into a heated cabin that was really warm inside, where you put everything off that had on previously, and it held up very well for this. Also, this is some kind of abuse I would never do to a Martin.
No.
That
makes sense.
Humidity difference and everything.
Yeah.
But it did not have much problems with this. So for this, I'm really happy with this guitar.
That's great. Yeah, it definitely has its purpose, and that's cool. Because it's a Harley Benton, and we did compare it to the Martin, we obviously have to talk about the price as well. How much did you pay for this one?
250 euros back then.
So the Martin was 3,800 euros, so it's about 15 times more expensive. We don't want to go into a discussion now, is it worth to pay 15 times the price? Play them side by side and make up your mind. We were discussing it before, so
if it makes sense to directly compare it,
to make a side-by-side comparison, but maybe it's not coming across in the video and you might think it sounds too similar to justify the higher price, but playing both of the guitars, hearing them here in the room, and for quite some time, because you've had this for a couple of years now, and I've seen it before as well, there is a huge difference just in terms of feel and acoustically, the
Yeah.
different woods.
Also the volume here in
Yeah.
the room is a lot different.
Keep in mind, it has the same body construction, so it's
Yeah.
pretty much build-wise, it's very comparable. But yeah, it's the Martin is much louder, and honestly, it sounds much nicer. So
Well,
it should,
it's a thing of taste in the end. So
It
someone
is.
might say this one sounds better. So you have all the right to say this.
sure, but I think it's not a fair comparison because I think the Martin is way beyond. It's so much better. Not saying that this is not a good guitar. It's I think it looks cool, plays nice. It also has this cool V-shaped neck, so I like that a lot. But it doesn't play that easily.
Yeah.
You really have to concentrate.
You have to be really precise with this
Be
guitar.
precise when you're fretting a note. Yeah, that's it. And the Martin plays much nicer.
Yeah, I have not figured out what it is. They have pretty much the same action. I've sanded down the bridge, which is the saddle is bone. So I did not sand down the bridge as in the saddle. And they are pretty much set up identical. So, but I don't know what it is. The Martin just frets so much easier.
Yeah. But it plays good.
It plays
It
good,
plays good.
but you have to be precise.
Yeah.
It's not that it's hard playing, but
No. That's not it. It's set up good.
yeah.
It plays nice. And you mentioned, because you've seen it in daylight and played it for many hours, it also has some finish imperfections, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can feel there's a spot here.
Some that I did not put into it. So there are quite a few dings in there.
This one was your
This one
doing.
on the front is one over here. That's one.
Okay.
One ding. I've put a few dings in there, but
when you received the guitar, when you got
when
it,
I received it, there was one spot over here on the neck. You can't really see it.
you can't feel it while playing
You can't.
with your thumb like this.
Yeah.
Not really.
Not really. When you're not concentrating on it, you're not feeling it. So it's not really a big deal.
No.
It's
not-
just something.
It's not bad.
When you start taking out this guitar, go over it, feel everything. You feel
Okay.
there is some flaw on the neck,
Mhm.
and you start to think, will this be a problem? But then you start playing it and you forget about it. It was so small.
But the frets, did you do anything to the frets? Because the fret ends and everything feels...
No.
That feels really great, I have to say. That's really nice. Good fret job, so that's really
The
cool.
guitar was really great from the beginning. There was really not much to do on it. Really just reduced the saddle height a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much all. It also has the binding very similar to the Martin.
What's that called? Checkerboard? No, that's not a checkerboard.
Herringbone.
Herringbone. Right. Yeah, that's the same one. That's cool.
Yeah. Very similar.
Here's
It
one.
also, what might be interesting is it also has the snowflake inlays, and if you go over it, you feel them.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah. Not all the same way, but this one in particular, and here it's like
there are
a
a few
dent.
ones you feel they are just.
I didn't notice it when I was playing.
Yeah, you don't notice it, but that's just some details that are different.
Absolutely.
Not taking away from the guitar, just so you guys know, this is one of the differences when you buy a Martin or one of the more affordable guitars.
Yeah, but overall I think it's a really good guitar and it plays good. It's maybe it's not really fair to this guitar to always compare it with the Martin, but you just do it automatically because it's practically this one was inspired by the Clapton Signature guitar.
Yeah.
So
for me it's pretty obvious. The idea is to have a Clapton Signature guitar at the lower price point.
yeah, and for that it's a really cool guitar.
in conclusion, this is for me pretty much the perfect second guitar for all the things I don't want to do with the Martin. I obviously will not take this one on a gig. For example, I had on a wedding of a friend of mine where I played unamplified with the Martin in a room for 50 people.
Yeah.
The Martin did this without problems. No one had problems hearing me. It filled the whole room.
That's cool.
And yeah, playing fingerstyle picking. So
wow.
not strumming. That's something this thing certainly can't do. But it can do a lot of other things. For that, I can highly recommend it. I can highly recommend it for anyone who has a lower budget. Because it's, regardless of everything, it's a really fine guitar.
Yeah, definitely.
And the other thing is, for a beginner, it also is a great guitar because it came set up really well.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You can play it right out of the box. Yeah. Obviously, with Harley Benton, I have my mixed experiences, but this one really stood out. This is, yeah, pretty much flawless. As mentioned, just to settle a little bit down to have it just like my Martin. There was nothing wrong with the original setup. It was just not the exact same way my Martin was, and I wanted to have it as close as possible. So if you're interested in it, check it out at Thomann. This model still exists with a little bit different specs, with walnut instead of the rosewood. I personally think that will not make much of a difference to the guitar itself. Yeah, for the purpose, I would still buy it with walnut if it was not, if I would not have this one as my second guitar. And yeah, with that, hope you enjoyed this, and we see you in another video. Bye.
Bye.